Hey, fly time. You know what I like? I'm really into right now is like this ideal of deception. Deception is amazing. Like how people can manipulate you into believing, and they believing into doing things like for your own good, and actually think they're doing something for your good, for your humanity, and for righteousness and stuff like that. It could be. It's amazing how it could be manipulated. Like for instance, Microsoft joined Planned Parenthood, and from my understanding is that then actually is a way for them to they got into eugenics or something like this. I was just reading something, and so through Parenthood, Microsoft actually supports vaccines, and what it does is it makes you sterile if you take the vaccine. So like these epidemics like N1 and all of that stuff, N1, H1, whatever it was, swine flu. Um, so they would help to develop all these pharmaceutical chemicals and then give them to people in order to control population. And so it's like, you wouldn't even think like something like that could even be. But that's just, if you look it up, Microsoft is involved into that. And you wouldn't think that, a company like Microsoft, their computers, why would they get involved in Planned Parenthood? It just amazed me. I remember hearing that they were getting involved with that. And so they also somehow, provide monies for vaccines. So in order for you to have healthy babies, yet it has high levels of mercury, something like that, or some kind of chemical in it, which is actually the chemical agent to help you. It's a direct anti something to the chemical agent that helps you produce children. And so if you take the virus, it'll actually kill your chances of producing children. And so especially they can throw it in third worlds like Africa, or people where there's a rich, melanin rich, melanin rich kind of thing. And that actually gets me too. Because if you think about melanin, people who get melanin, they don't they don't get who are melanin rich. They don't get skin cancers and those kind of cancers quickly. So it was seeing like if you were gonna inject anything, you would go to these people. If you're gonna give them any kind of medical or take shots with them, you would go in there and try to find ways to extract melanin from their skin in order to inject other people who get skin cancers, or who don't have enough melanin in their skin. That just crossed my mind. It's just, you can call it whatever you want, you know. But the ideal is that now they have this overabundance abundance of these vaccines, and so they either have to make up a new scare or a new pandemic or whatever in order to get rid of them. And so you'll probably hear from it soon, like, oh, it's on the rise again. But in the meantime, they give it to these third worlds, so to further eugenics, or keep them from reproducing. And so I kept wondering, how does all of this have to do with population control? And so the population control is that, I thought about it. There's no shortage of supply of air. I mean, the whole idea of population control is the biggest deception in the world. It's like, well, and really, I think it only has to deal with those who hoard money, or who are really greedy. Like, there's no. It's a way of them keeping their money, or keeping, their thing. So it's population control, the motivation behind things. It's like, lately I've become to this awareness of what are people's true motivations? I have to look at that. Before I would just kind of deal with what they do, but now I kind of look a little deeper into their heart of why they do it. Um, so it's like, why would somebody be so concerned about population control? Considering that we have this huge, beautiful planet that God made. It's a direct insult into the intelligence of God that, not that you could do that, but to say that God made a whole big planet and then told people to be fruitful and multiply and then not provide the resources for them to do it. And so God has fully provided the resources. There's plenty of air, there's plenty of trees, there's plenty of, it only comes from us just abusing it, being greedy, you know. That's the only thing that there's plenty of it. There's abundance of all that stuff. The only thing is, and they say that there's a shortage of all this stuff. The only thing there isn't a shortage of, is greed. That's the only thing there isn't a shortage of. So there's plenty of water, there's plenty of land. The only problem is we're all concentrated in one city, and that was by design, because we used to have communities and rural communities, but they wanted to get rid of like the industrial age. They wanted to get rid of like the farmers and stuff like that. So the reason why we don't have certain things is we got rid of farms. We haven't lost seeds. There's plenty abundance of seeds. People can plant seeds. There's plenty of room to plant those seeds too. But these people say that there's not enough land, there's not enough water, there's not enough air, there's not enough planet, there's not enough everything, and really what it is there's not enough money for them, it's not enough to satisfy their greed, So it just amazed me at the kind of backhand deceptiveness that goes on for people, and so the direct thing is like the means to justify it is to kill off the people. So let's kill off it's like kill off the people. They're trying to infect them, give them disease, put them in jails. Millions of black men go to jail. It's so sad. And then promote homosexuality, another non-reproductive. So you put the black men in jail, they don't reproduce. They can't reproduce. You give them, vaccines, and then they can't bear children. You defunct them, you cause them to go. So it's like this battle against creation and life. And it's so funny to me that a lot of homosexuals will say, "Oh, life is not important," yet they're only here because of the XY chromosome. It's like XX don't match. It's strange flesh to each other. XX don't match. It's only it's got to have a Y chromosome somewhere in there. So it's chemically suited for man. That's the strange flesh thing. So that just really dawned on me. It's just like the amount of deception that it takes to deceive people, and re-educate people, and to brainwash people into, what? It's so funny. And I realize what it is. It's trust. Trust is the main factor. If you trust somebody, I don't care if they're lying straight to your face, you will believe anything they tell you. If you trust them. If you trust someone, you don't question them. So it's a matter of them giving your trust. And so normally we would think that we could trust these people. Normally we could trust them. But it's like through trust is how they actually deceive you, But not with the Microsoft hand. Nobody trusts Bill Gates anyway. And just with this just shows how deceptive and evil it is to anything that comes against life. I understand there's a lot of ifs, ands, and buts and stuff like that to it, but and I'm not trying to judge anybody. I'm not better. I'm not better than anyone. I'm just pointing it out. It doesn't. The truth doesn't change because I don't like it. Matter of fact, if you don't like the truth and you hear it, just curl your toes in your shoes. Nobody will see it. Anyway, 10 minutes already? God bless you.